Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. His brother Uriah want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem Mashiach, Wamalak Yahushua. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty brothers that go out there and labor on the highways and byways, making their body living sacrifice. In the rain, the tumults, the demons, the uprises, the uproars, they're out there standing 10 toes down for the name of the Lord. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty brothers that are not out there as of yet, but they're building themselves up, reading, praying, fasting, doing everything they can do to put themselves in a position to shake the hand, to wake up the hopeful elect. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty Akwaf in this thing that actually sincerely reverence their husbands, being teachers of good things to the children at home, being quiet, shamefaced, submissive, loving, steadfast, cooking, sewing, cleaning, doing all of the righteous acts for our foremothers on fire for the Lord. Another strong shalom to all that are mighty Akwaf that are not married as of yet, but building themselves up, reading, praying, fasting, being shamefaced and submissive, doing everything they could do to magnify the Most High in the ministry. Another strong shalom to all that are zealous children out there, abstaining from all lust, concupiscence, and peer pressure, standing 10 toes down for the name of the Lord. And last but not least, another strong shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, reading, praying, fasting, making their body a living sacrifice in the last days. Right now, we back at it through the Spirit on another Hebrew lesson, right? Another Hebrew prayer. And you want to amp up your Hebrew prayers. I'm not sure if brothers have, notebooks full of them. If you have, all your booklets, whatever the case may be, your journals and your phone, your screenshots, your folders, whatever you're doing, you want to kick up the amount of Hebrew prayers you have, man. Because through the Hebrew, you understand you could get to the Most High with a more pure tongue. You could get to the Most High clearer, right? Then all of these languages we were spread in captivity, right? I'm going to dive into this through the Spirit and go into a couple of precepts, right? Now I'm going to read it in the English and then I'm going to read it in the Hebrew. It says, save me, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, against evil thoughts. Cast out unclean and overwhelmed the meditations. Make thy servant to stand upright and fight and overcome. Yahweh Bahashem Mashiach Malak Yahushua. Amen. Right, that is to say, Yasha Awathia Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Kanagad Ra Ashtana Nishal Thama Wa Athap Hagarwath Aisha Abad Nataza Wa Lachama Wa Gawad Yahweh Ba'ashema Mashiach Malak Yahushai. Amen. Right, I'm gonna read it again. It says, save me, O Yahweh. And we need to be saved out of our afflictions, man. How many brothers right now catching hell? How many sisters right now catching hell, man? Right, whether you can't pay your bills, whether you have physical ailments, whether your thoughts, your desires, your mentality, your lust, right, your covetousness, or Satan is just beating at your door, man. Your door is your mind. Your heart is your mind. How is Satan standing at your mind, knocking and beating down? If you're not strong and asking the Most High to save you, he's going to kick down that door. He's going to ravish up all of your spoils, all of your goods, all of your knowledge, your wisdom, all your discernment, all of your life that you have built up in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He'll make your house empty. He'll take your wife away from you mentally. He'll take your children away from you mentally, man. He'll take everything you have if you let him. That's why you have to stand up and fight in this thing, man. This truth isn't just about being saved. It's about fighting too. You have to contend, man. Let me get that real fast in the book of Jude. See, a lot of brothers just want to put it, solely just on the Lord without being strong themselves, man. You have to show yourself a man. You have to show yourself a woman, man. Last time I read, the Most High has an army. The Most High is the Lord of hosts. Right? This is the mighty book, right, of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith. When you contend, you go back and forth. You fight. You have to be able to fight for what it is that you want, man. We fight for the kingdom. We fight for our wives to be in order if they have evil spirits, man. We cleanse them. We pray, right? We fast. We do all that necessary needs to be done. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to help content and fight for our households, man. We fight for our children, right? We teach them. We guide them, right? We discipline them. Why wouldn't you have to fight for your spirit too, man? You have to fight for your brother when he's cast down, battling spirits and demons and tribulation. He needs help. He needs you to bear him up on his shoulders and help him walk through the spirit and power of the Most High. So you have to really be able to fight yourself. It says, earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. So this thing was delivered unto you, but it's not guaranteed unto you, man. The Lord said, many are called, but few are chosen. And the Most High may have called all of us, man, but are we truly chosen? Are we going to do the necessary things that needs to be done in all seasons to be chosen by the Lord, man? Let me get this quick precept, because a lot of brothers think they're catching hell, but they don't know what hell is. Right? There are 7 afflictions and 7 levels of hell, man. Right? Parabolically speaking, right? 7 being an infinite number. And you can't just say, well, brother, I'm catching hell. It's another brother down the street. It's another brother in the truth catching 7 times more hell than you ever catching, man. Right? This is the mighty book of Judith. Right? Let me get this quick precept. This is Judith chapter 8 and verse number 24. Now, therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren. See, a lot of brothers, you have to show an example. Meaning what? You have to be strong yourself. How can you tell another brother to be strong and you not strong? How can you tell your wife to be in order and you're not in order, man? How you going to tell another brother all of these things? Your thoughts is all over the place, man. Your thoughts is like a damn tornado, man. Your thoughts are like somebody trying to kick down your door in your house. Your thoughts are all over the place. You need to have your thoughts to be seasoned, your thoughts to be in order, your thoughts to be established by the Most High. Hey, the Lord said in the book, I'm going to get that next, the book of Isaiah chapter 26. This is the book of Judith chapter 8 and verse 24. Now, therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend on us. And the sanctuary and the house and the altar rest upon us. I mean, there's certain things rest upon you. It's not time to be frantic and faint. It's not time to give over your mind to thoughts of this world and vanity, man, and lust and the desires, right? A damn 5th wife, man, right? Troubles and tribulations. Too many people are frantic and their heart beating and they forgetting the God they serve, man. They forgetting the Most High is a God of comfort, a God of direction. Right, a God that will never leave you confounded in any situation you in. And the Lord said through the King David, right, though my mother and my father forsake me, then will I lift thee up, paraphrasing greatly, man. It says, moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our God, which trieth us, even as he did our fathers. So the Lord tries you. He put you in a fire. He put you in certain situations. He's going to see if you're going to sink or you're going to swim. Are you going to call upon him or are you going to be frantic? Are you going to catch anxiety, heat strokes, pass out, be given to all manner of fretness, or are you going to be strong in the Lord, man? If a tornado is coming right now and is whipping all of the trees and all of the damn dogs are scattered, the cats, right, and everything's in an uproar, right, it's beating down on all of the cars, people are running out in the streets, what's going to be your mentality? If your wife leaves you tomorrow and says, I'm up and done with this truth, you know what, this is too burdensome, I'm tired of this. Right, your children run away from home, man. Your job get rid of you. All the situations of death, destruction, turmoil, famine, these things are going to arise more and more and more. And the Lord is going to try your spirit, man. You can only say for so long you trust in the Lord without the Lord really trying that, man. And we try our friends. And the Lord said, prove a friend. You have to prove that brother and prove that sister right before you can truly say that that's my wife, that's my brother, that's my family. It says, remember what things he did to Abraham and how he tried Isaac and what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria when he kept the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother. Right? Nobody could testify and say, well, the Most High told me to kill my son. There's certain things our fathers went through that we haven't dared even come close to. But yet we're frantic, we're giving up, and we're all in shambles, man. Let me get this quick precept. This is the mighty book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah, right, chapter 26, in verse, so I can bear with me. Isaiah chapter 26, and verse, I'm going to start at verse number 3. It says, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. So your mind has to be stayed on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So I said, save me, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right, against evil thoughts. So your mind has to be stayed upon the Lord. An evil thought is going to come every 5 minutes, man, every 3 seconds. You may think, give up, don't read, right, lust, covet, right, win an argument, Be contentious. Show hate. Right? Stay home from camp. Don't do the work of the Lord. Procrastinate. Right? Give up. These are the thoughts that are going to be beating you down constantly, man. These evil thoughts is not something that's new. Our fathers battled evil thoughts, man. Hey, look at David when he stayed home from war, right? And he seen that woman upon the rooftop. That was an evil thought. There are many evil thoughts that arise, right? Satan jumped into Judas Iscariot. That's an evil thought, to betray the Lord. These evil thoughts are running to and fro, man. They're interrupting marriages, right? They're having brothers commit fornication. They're having brothers hate the Lord, hate the work of the Lord, right? These evil thoughts, if you're not on top of these thoughts and these desires and these spirits, they're going to overtake you. It says, cast out unclean and overwhelmed meditations. Certain meditations are overwhelming. That's all you think about, man. Right, damn, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over this one, man. Right, whether it be a death in your family, these things overwhelm you and you feel like you're drowning in them. That's why the Lord said, thou will keep him in perfect peace. Meaning you're not all over the place. You're not scared. You're not questioning the Most High, or if he's going to take his time. Is he going to do it? I don't know where he's at. It says, because he trusteth in thee. You have to trust in the Most High. And trusting in the Most High means what? You have to be patient. The Most High is not your genie where you snap your fingers, or just because you get on your knees at 3 p.m. that the Most High is just going to entreat and give you anything you request of him. Huh? You have to be a man of patience. Right? This is the book of Judah, chapter 8. Right? And I'm going to start at verse number 12. It says, and now who are ye that have tempted God this day, and stand instead of God among the children of men? And now try the Lord Almighty, but ye shall never know anything. For ye cannot find out the depths of the heart of man, neither can you perceive the things that he thinketh. Then how can you search out and know his mind? Or you can't even figure out the things that man is thinking, man. You don't know what your wife thinking in that corner. She's sitting up there mad at you like this. Right? She looking to the side. You don't know what thoughts running through her head, man. Or when your door's shut in your kids' room, what the hell they doing in there? What they thinking about? Or you can only know by examination. You can't know to a T. How much more the Most High's mind, man? You don't know why he put you in that situation. Right? A lot of the times the Most High will want you to grow stronger. He's trying you. He's putting you through the fire that he may take away all the impurities that you may show yourself strong and as a man. Nobody's going to go to the kingdom right on a bright path without any afflictions. That's not going to happen. Right? It says, thinketh, how can ye search out God that maketh all these things and know his mind or comprehend his purpose? Nay, my brethren, provoke not the Lord our God to anger. You don't want to provoke the Lord to anger by not being strong, man. Not having patience, not casting down these demons, man. It says, cast out unclean and overwhelmed meditations. Don't say just because you can't overcome a demon that the Most High not dealing with me, man. No, you need to go harder. Don't say that the Most High not dealing with me and you fell out the truth because you didn't go harder, man. That was you. You didn't go harder. The Lord says, say not of the Lord that I have fell away, man. In the book of Sirach, the 15th chapter. So don't blame your situations and your problems on Satan and the Lord all the time, man. Blame it on you. Examine yourself, man. You the one that went off. You the one that's lacked to be strong. I'm sure if you go to any NBA game, any NFL game, they say you didn't come to practice, man. You didn't do the drills. You didn't know the playbook. And they're going to get on him. They're not going to just rely on his athleticism, right? His just apt to jump. He's going to have to study the playbook. He's going to have to know, right, the passes, the routes, the drills, the runs. He's going to have to know how to win, man. And you got to know how to win. Beating these spirits by examination and being strong. It says, make thy servant stand upright. Because sometimes we get wavery and we fall, man. Let me get this quick precept in the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse number 18. When I said my foot slippeth. So even David's foot slipped, man. Right? And David was a king. David killed thousands of people, man. David killed hundreds of men. David was on fire for the Lord, man. David had meditations, right? David played the harp. David sang before the Lord. David danced before the Lord. David had the ever sure mercies of David. David was on fire, but even David said, my foot slippeth, man. But did David say, my foot slippeth, I fell, and I never got back up again, man? It says, make thy servant stand up right. So when you slip, you have to stand up right again, man. And stop blaming everything on excuses. Accountability is one of the most important things you can have as a man. Because once you account yourself of all the things that are going on in your life, you will see that you have the responsibility and you're over them to dictate what changes, man. Because if you have the ability as a man to tell your wife what to do, you can tell your children what to do. You can tell yourself what to do, man. Hey, look, I'm going to read today. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to get up and take a shower. You have all this jurisdiction and preeminence in your house, but when it comes to responsibility and accountability, you don't take nothing of it, man. That's off. You always blame it and putting all it on Satan, all it on the Most High, all it on this brother. It's on the camp. It was my brother. It was my wife. It was everybody but the man in the mirror, man. Hey, David said, let me read that again. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. So David said, look, in all of the multitude of my many thoughts, man. You think about a lot, man. I mean, think about it. Even when you're asleep, you thinking. When you on the bus, when you driving, when you at work, even when nobody's around and you're by yourself looking out a window, your mind can't stop thinking. That's one of the scariest things man has is their thoughts, your meditations. That's why your meditations could be upright or your meditations could be of sin, fornication, lust, your own will, and the things that you want to do, man. If you can't wait to get off work because all you're doing is think about getting home to do God knows what, that's your meditation all the day long. You're meditating on finishing that chapter, breaking down this parable, or giving alms, that's going to be your meditation. He said, thy meditations within me, thy comforts delight my soul. You want your soul to be delighted by the comforts within you, right? The thoughts within you. Let's go to the mighty book of Philippians. This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse, right? I'm going to start at 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good report, if there be any virtue and there be any praise, think on these things. So Paul gave you a blueprint what to think about, man. Because you know how hard it is to manifest righteous thoughts all the time, man. It's hard sometimes, man. It's not hard to be righteous and be strong and keep the commandments. It's hard when these demons are resting upon you. Because you're thinking about this, but this thought is thinking about that. You're thinking about reading, but your body's thinking about sleep, man. You're thinking about going harder for the Lord, but your body's making provisions for your lust. It says, I'm going to read that again. It says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true. So the truth is Yahweh Shai. These are the things you're supposed to be manifesting on. Whatsoever things are honest. Whatsoever things are just. So the meditations that are overwhelming you says, make thy servant stand up right and fight and overcome. So you not only are supposed to fight, but you're supposed to overcome these thoughts, man. You're not supposed to just fight all the time and get knocked down, man. If you fight the spiritual demon Satan and you've never overcome the spiritual demon Satan, you have to question the armory and the weaponry that you're using, man. Because this word is a sword. Should be nothing that this word can't pierce, destroy, or cut in sunder. Right? Or do you have the true armor of the Lord on? Did you forget your helmet? Do you have your breastplate on? Is it hanging off? Is it sloppy? Is your loins girded about your mind? Like it says in 1 Peter. Let me get that real fast. This 1 Peter, right? Chapter 1 and verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. So the same way you have a physical garment. What's going to happen if your girdle's off your garment? Anybody that's ever wore a garment or understands how a garment is laid upon man, it's going to breeze. It's going to flow. It's going to be on this side. It's going to flow to this side. It's not going to be upon your body as it should be. That's why when you have a girdle, you put it upon you so that your garment sticks close and that it doesn't fall off. And Peter said, wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. So your mind has to be girded up, man. Right? We have the garment of the Lord, right? Meaning his spirit. And if you're not fixating and meditating upon righteous things, that garbage is going to be flowing all over the place, man. And the Lord said through the prophet Jeremiah, let me get this quick precept. right? In the book of Jeremiah. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 13, and verse number 1. Thus saith the Lord unto me, go and get thee a linen girdle, and put it upon thy loins, and put it not in water. So I got the girdle according to the word of the Lord, and put it on my loins. And the word of the Lord came unto me second time, saying, take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon thy loins, and arise, and go to Euphrates, and hide it there in a hole of the rock. So the Lord told Jeremiah to put on a girdle, right? Put it on strong, but then take it off and hide the girdle, right? Reading on. It says, then I went to Euphrates and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it. And behold, the girdle was marred. It was profitable for nothing. You don't want to have a girdle that's profitable for nothing, man. Your girdle is supposed to protect your mind, right? Like Peter said, 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 13. So your meditations have to be protected. They have to be guided. They have to be strengthened. They have to be strongly tied so that there's no breach. It says, I'm going to read that last part again. I hid it, and behold, the girdle was marred and profitable for nothing. Let me get the mighty book, right? Romans chapter 8. This is Romans chapter 8, right? In verse number 6. For to be carnally minded is death. Right? You always worried about the latest Chief Gucci man, damn Little Baby, the Baby, all these rappers. You thinking about carnal stuff all day. Right? Who else out there, man? Right? Megan Thee Stallion and Carly B. If you thinking about all of this madness all day, and it's all the way in your thoughts, it's going to pollute your mind, man. Now your evil communications corrupt good manners. Now you got your hood on, you bobbing, you thinking about the old you, you're moving in the evil spirit. Your meditations aren't of the Most High. You're not fighting those thoughts and those desires. Neither are you trying to overcome them. Right? The Lord said, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. I'm going to read that again because we read this precept all the time, but the latter part has to be fully examined. But the spirit's like it, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So what should your mind always have? Peace. Your mind shouldn't always be sorrowful, sad, always want to give up, always battling spirits, never overcoming. Woe is me. You got the Igor spirit, man. Right? On Winnie the Pooh. Oh, why always sad, always mopey, your head always down, you kicking the rock, you always in the rain. Hey, Ak, what's going on? Just catching hell. Always catching hell, man. It's mighty to hear a brother say, I'm fighting through the spirit, man. Hey, man, all praises to the Most High. I'm going hard in the spirit, man. You know what? Yeah, I'm catching hell, but this is the condition of the battle. These are what my fathers went through. These are the very things that I have to do to obtain the kingdom. Hey, even Solomon said, let me get this quick precept. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, and verse number 15. I'm going to start at 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable. So your thoughts within you are truly miserable, man. Am I good enough? Am I going to make it? I look at my life. Am I really going to get the kingdom? You're always down. Your thoughts are miserable, man. Even a man that's in his full glory and strength, as the Lord says, he's really nothing, man. He even charges the angels with falling. But we're all nothing but dust and ashes, man. Everybody on this live, including myself, spirits try to overtake you. Spirits try to overtake your mind. And you have to fight, man. It says this. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. Meaning we don't even know what to do half the time. You always have to ask for counsel. You think the Most High has to ask for counsel, man? You think that Yahweh Shai has to ask for counsel? We the ones that got to ask for counsel, man. You the one that's double-minded. You don't know if you want to work here or you want to work here. You don't know if you want to wake up at 6:30 or wake up at 7. You don't know if you want chicken or you don't know if you want beef. You're all over the place. So our thoughts, how much more when we battle spirits, man? Is this of the Most High? Is this of Satan? You know, next thing you know, Satan's devices have captured your mind, and now you start intermingling and talking to yourself, getting overthrown. These are the things you got to be aware of. It says, for the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things. So the many things your heart and your mind is going to muse upon, man. That's why you have to watch that thing. Right? Let me get this quick precept. It's the mighty book, right? A Sirach. This quick precept. So I can bear with me. This is the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 37 and verse. I'm gonna start at this whole thing is fire. Let's start at 12. It says, but be continually with the godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee when thou miscarry. See, a lot of the times you get counsel and direction from people that aren't truly in the spirit. That's why your counsel and your path that they lead you with is not upright according to the Lord. Or you're looking on social media, or you're looking on Google for all your answers, right? Or you're looking to folly and madness instead of the truth. It says, but let the counsel of thy own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful unto thee than it. For a man's mind is sometime won't tell him more than 7 watchmen. Meaning the 7 watchmen, they see 7 different things, man. Yeah, it may be similar what they see, or it may be completely different what they see. But 7 watchmen are going to see 7 different things. That's what your mind is going to tell you, man. Your mind's going to tell you this, and your mind's going to tell you that thought. Your mind's going to tell you that thought. Your mind's going to tell you that thought. And by the time you figure out, you're sitting up there thinking, you don't know what to do. You don't know whose direction or whose help is actually right or whose isn't, because your mind's all over the place, man. Think if we actually listen to our mind and not get counsel. A lot of us would be dead, man. We wouldn't be in our marriages. A lot of sisters would have left their husbands. A lot of brothers would have left their wives. Yeah, a lot of brothers would have fell out the truth. A lot of brothers would have stopped coming to camp. A lot of brothers wouldn't have called that brother, apologized, repented, worked out the book of Matthew, the 18th chapter, and did things as a man. If you leaned on your own thoughts, we all would be in a ditch. It says, more than 7 watchmen that sit upon a high tower, and above all this pray to the Most High. So when you catch a hell in your thoughts, the Lord said above all this, do what? Be frantic, give up, fall asleep, sleep it off, drink it off, smoke it off. And the Lord said beyond all this, pray to the Most High. Does the Most High establish your thoughts? The Most High is the one that creates the thoughts within man. Right, let me get this in the book of Amos. Right? The Most High could take rid of your thoughts, your plagues, your dreams, your visions. Right? This is the book of Amos, chapter 4 and verse 13. For lo, he that formed the mountains and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought. So the Lord declares unto man what your thought's going to be. Your thought could be zealousness, not afraid of nothing. You ready to fight, ready to pierce through walls of iron. You ready to die for the Lord. Guess who put that thought in your mind? Guess who put the thought in your mind? You could overtake 1,000 men, man. And it's just 3 of you, the Most High. Guess who put the thought in your mind that all these demons in your house could be removed, and that you're the one that could do it by being an example. Through the flame and the zeal that's within you. The Most High did that, man. The Most High put it in your thoughts that you can cast down demons, man. And these demons are immortal. These demons can't die. These demons are God knows how tall, strong, brute, can fly, can transport between this life and the third heaven. But with all of the strength that they're able to do that the Most High gave them, the Most High put it in your mind that you can overtake them, which you can, man. These are the things and the thoughts that the Most High puts within you. Or the Most High can give you over to your own devices. Let me get that in the book of Romans. See, your own devices are going to be what's going to destroy a lot of men. This is the book of Romans chapter 1 verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge. Meaning what? They know what they should have did, but they didn't do it. They know they should have been strong, but they waxed faint. They know they should have fought, but they ran away. They know they should have read, but they went to sleep. They know they shouldn't have lusted, but they lusted. Just because you don't want to keep the thought of the Most High and his words within your mind. And the Lord said this. As even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Meaning what? A mind that's always withdrawn from something you're going to do. That's a very dangerous man. A very dangerous man is a man that can't make up his mind, man. If you can't make up your mind, I mean, look on a carnal level. Do you want to park? Do you want to drive? Do you want to put it in reverse? Next thing you know, you're in a damn ditch, man. Right? You can't, even on a carnal level, man. You see a ditch coming, do I step in it? Do I not? Next thing you know, you're in a ditch. Right? You're sitting up in there in the middle of the road. Should I cross? Should I not? Next thing you know, you're in a 9 o'clock news. That's on a carnal sense. Think about spiritually, man, if you can't make up your mind. Meaning you'll never have a routine. You'll never be dedicated to something. You'll never be pushing. Hey, the Lord said, I'm going to come back to this precept. The Lord said in Titus, let me get this quick precept. It's the book of Titus, chapter 3 and verse 14. And let ours also learn to maintain good works. So you have to maintain something. Maintain it over and over, over and over, over and over. This is the maintaining of your life, your household, your reading, your schedule, your thoughts. You have to maintain it. Because what's the use of having a good week and then the next week you don't have a good week, man? What is that to you? So what? Because that very next day you could have died to death and all of your memory could have been what? Nothing. Vanity. For naught. And the Lord said, and let ours also learn to maintain good works for necessary uses, that they be not unfruitful. So you could do something, but then stop and it's unfruitful, man. What's the point of digging up all of the ground, or rooting up all of the grass, snatching up all the weeds, putting in all of the seeds, but you didn't water it? That's unfruitful. You did all of that work for naught. It's the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse number 28 again. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness. So when you withdraw from God, he withdraws from you. Right? That's 2 Esdras 1 and 25. Seeing if you have forsaken me, I will also forsake you also, man. So when you go like this to the Most High, and the Most High goes like this to you. So not only you separating yourself, but it's like you double separate, because the step you take, the Most High's taking another step. Another step you take, the Most High taking another step away from you, man. Next thing you know, you take 3 steps back. Right? You're in the darkness, man. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness for it's like your fornication. Now you're battling the thoughts of fornication because you stepped away from the mind of the Most High. Not every woman is looking beautiful to you. You're starting to lust. Well, I mean, what precepts say we can't have concubines? Come on. Now you start bending the scriptures around, and now you start looking at it like this, and maybe it does mean that. Right now you start looking all with a green microscope, right, and magnifying glass, zooming all the way in. You're going all this Geneva Bible, trying to link it up with the NIV, mixing it. Okay, let's take a little bit of the NIV with a little bit of the Geneva, a little bit, right, of the KJV, and a little bit of damn whatever the case may be. Now you're forming your own doctrine. Your mind is all bad. It says, read that again, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, right, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, manipulatively, whispers, backbiters, haters of God. So what makes you a hater of God, man? Right, Salaki? What makes you a hater of God? Not retaining God in your knowledge. These are things that have you to start to hate the Most High. Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. Now you're inventing how to break the Sabbath day. You're all over the place talking about, okay, the microwave doctrine. Okay, what if I put the egg out in the sun? What if I just put a frying pan on the roof? You're just inventing things, man. You're inventing how to do evil in your mind. Because your mind not right. When your mind not right, you're liable to do anything. And the scariest part is you justify your evilness. You justify your wickedness, man. And brothers really think they not bugged out. You strap the brother down to a straight jacket, put that thing over his mouth, right? Tell him to repent, and he think he's being arrested for no apparent reason. It says, and boasters, inventors of evil things, right? Disobedient to parents, without understanding. So you don't want to have a mind without understanding. Covenant breakers. You just breaking the covenant, man. Without natural affection. You don't love anymore. No have compassion. Right? Implacable, unmerciful. Who knowing the judgment of God, meaning these men that withdrew themselves, their meditations from the Most High, that did not stand up right and fight, the mentality that they had is they knew that the judgments of God, and they knew these things. They knew it was punishable by death. They knew that the Most High would withdraw himself from you. You know you would get cut off from your people. You know whatever judgment it was, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in that do them. They have pleasure in it, man. That's evil. See, a lot of people, they got pleasure in evil, right? Because their spirit and their mind isn't right with the Most High, right? I got another through the spirit, right? Lord willing, brothers got that prayer, screenshotted it, whatever the case may be. Most High willing, right? I'm gonna write out another one. Okay, come. Right, it says, please hear. Right, Lord willing, brothers can see that. Right, writing out another prayer through the spirit. Right, please hear. So like you please listen to the prayer right? Please listen to the prayer and answer me, right? Comfort me, right? We might have to get another marker through the spirit so I can bear with me. Lord willing, brothers can see that. Give me a strong con, and brothers can see that. All right, give me a strong con, and brothers can see that. So this is another prayer going into the same thing through the Spirit. Throw both of them up throughout the day. Brothers battling evil spirits, evil thoughts, a bunch of emotions. They don't know what to do. Prayer is the only thing, along with fasting and reading and counsel, that brothers have to fight in this thing, man. It's another one through the Spirit, right? I'm going to read it in English. It says, please, please, please listen to the prayer and answer me. Comfort me. Please withdraw double-minded thoughts. Take away fear and give me vision and confidence, man. I'm read it again. Please listen to the prayer. Because we're not even 1,000% sure that the Most High is going to listen to anything we say, man. Or we can only hope to the best of our ability that the Most High, he pleads on our behalf. That's even in the book of Job. Job was a perfect man. He couldn't even believe that the Lord was listening to him, man. Right? We just throw up a prayer and just know that the Most High heard. The Lord says, surely he will not hear vanity. It's the book of Job, right? Chapter 9 and verse number 16. If I had called and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. So that's what Job said. Job was a perfect man. Even Job said, even if I called out to the Lord, I'd be confounded and wouldn't even believe that he hearkened unto my voice. So you want to just ask the Most High to hear you and to answer you. Comfort me. Because, you need the Most High to wrap his wings around you, like it says in the book of Psalm chapter 91. Huh? Well, let me get that in Psalm chapter 91. You need to be comforted sometimes. When babies cry and they cry over and over and over and over and over and over, what do they really need, man? They need to feel that comfort. They need to be rocked. They need to understand that everything is okay. And a lot of times, man, we the Lord's children and we frantic, we cry spiritually within ourselves, we groan, and we need that comfortability from the Most High, that the Most High is with us, man. Because we're all over the place. Sometimes we may feel like the Most High not with us, and we need that prayer, man. So like we need that dream. Next thing you know, the Most High give you an in-depth breakdown, a vision, right? He give you something in-depth, right? You in a chariot. He see you fighting in World War III. You coming up out of it. Next thing you know, you getting beamed up, right? Or the Most High just have an angel come out of nowhere and from your view, he looking down upon you, right? You may be delivered out of the teeth of wild beast, or right? You may be in a famine or in a bando house, and God knows what is going on. We need that comfortability from the Most High, right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, right? In verse number 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Almighty, the Most High, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Check that out, man. And that's abiding under the shadow, meaning the comfort of the Lord, man. It says, please, please, please withdraw double-minded thoughts. That's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. Right, Lord willing, brothers got that. Right, this is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You're double-minded in a little bit, you're going to be double-minded in many things, man. Many things you're going to be double-minded with, and you're going to be all over the place. So you want to ask the Most High to withdraw, meaning to take away a double-minded thought from you. Take away fear. Because whether brothers believe it or not, man, a lot of men are scared, man. Well, let me get the mighty book of Psalms, chapter 37. What are you fearful for, man? Yeah, I mean, we're in this body, we're in this flesh. Like it says by the Apostle Paul, without were fears, right? When they were all doing the work of the Most High, traveling. But nevertheless, right, they had trust in the Most High God. Right, matter of fact, let me get that precept instead. Right? Let's get that in 2 Corinthians. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, right? Chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse number 8, right? This whole thing is fire. Matter of fact, I'm going to just read verse 4 all the way down. Who comforteth us in all our tribulations. So in a state of getting conflicted, we need to be comforted, man. That's a spirit. It says of our tribulations, that we may comfort them which are in any trouble by the comfort where we ourselves are comforted of God. For as the suffering of Yahushua aboundeth in us, so like our constellation also aboundeth with Christ. And whether we be afflicted, it is for your constellation and salvation, which is effectual and enduring of the same suffering, which is also suffered. Whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation. And our hope of you is steadfast, knowing that ye are partakers of the suffering, so shall you be also of this constellation. For we would not, brethren, to have you ignorant of our trouble which came unto us in Asia, that we were pressed without slakia, out of measure, above strength, even so much that we despaired even our lives. So the apostles was catching so much hell, they despaired even their lives. They was pressed out of measure, man, of all of the situations and things that befell them. Hey, Paul spent a night in the deep, man, right? And all type of stuff. He got stoned, right? You had false apostles in the church. You had false brethren unaware trying to spy out his liberty. You had a lot of evil going on. It says, but we had the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in God that raiseth the dead. Right? So they trusted in the Most High above all things. Right? Let me get that precept that I was quoting. Right? This is the mighty book of 2 Corinthians, right? Chapter 11. And I'm going to start at verse 23. Right? I mean, this whole thing is fire. I mean, Paul was on fire, man. I can't see how anybody in Israel wouldn't listen to Paul's writings, right? This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, and I'm going to start at verse 23. Are they ministers of Yahushua? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors, more abundant, in stripes above measure, and prisons more frequently, and deaths oft. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. And journeyings off, and perils of water, and perils of robbers, and perils of my own countrymen. And as perils by the heathen, and perils of the city, and perils of the wilderness, and perils of the sea, and perils amongst false brethren. So Paul was out there damn suffering, getting robbed, his own people coming up against him. He was in a wilderness, and weariness, painfulness, and watchings off, and hungering and thirst, and fastings off, and cold and nakedness, beside those things that are without, which cometh unto me daily, the care of all the churches. Who is weak, and I am not weak? Who is offended, and I not burned? If I must need glory, I will glory of these things concerning my infirmities. So Paul said, look, if I'm going to be catching hell, I'm going to catch hell in my infirmities, man. And I'm going to ask the Most High to comfort me and all the things that I'm going through. It says, take away from me fear. Give me vision. Give me vision meaning what, man? You want to have a clear mind of what it is that you want from the Most High. Because if you're double-minded, you don't have a clear vision. You're double-minded. So you want a clear vision to see, to do, to articulate, to move in the direction that the Most High wants you to move in, man. Because, I mean, if you're double-minded, you don't know which way to move. That's why you have to ask for the clear vision, right, Chazawan, to be able to see, direct, perceive, and have action in the place that you're going, man. Right? It says, and confidence, mabathak. Right? We want to have confidence in the spirit, man. You don't want to just, the Most High did give me a dream. I mean, Aki did give me counsel. Why are you calling it counsel? Right? You all over the place, man. No, it's counsel. Right? Hey, the Lord said you have to have vision and confidence, man. Right? The Lord said a man without confidence is like a broken foot without a joint in the book of Proverbs. And you want vision to be able to see, man. That your eyes can see. Right? The eyes are the light of your body. Right? So I'm going to read it in the Hebrew. It says, Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar, Shema, La, Ha, Thapala, Wa, Ma'ana, Awafia, Nachum, Awafia, Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar, Chabad, Mashana, Labat, Ashtana, Ada, Yara, Wa, Nathan, Awafia, Chazawan, Wa, Mabathak. Right? Let me get a quick precept through the spirit. All right, let me get this quick precept. This is the mighty book. All right. Of Hebrews, chapter 10. And I'm going to start at verse number 32. But call to remembrance the former days in which ye were illuminated and endured a great fight of affliction. So you can't call to remembrance things that you fought through, encountered, and overcome if you didn't fight. You understand in the spirit, man. You have to fight in the spirit, right? It says, I'm going to read that again. But call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated and endured a great fight of affliction. You want to fight through all your afflictions, that you may recall and recount all of those things that the Most High brought you through. I'm going to give about one or two more through the spirit, right? It's the mighty book by the second Esdras, chapter 7 and verse number 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Right? So it's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's mandatory. It's not an option. You have to fight, man. Let's talk about women too. Women have to fight, man. Women have to fight a large amount of the times over a lot of things. They have to fight to retain their integrity, to be in the truth, right? To bite their tongue, to maintain their households, right? To be joyful and loving and do all that they can for their husbands, right? To take care of their children, right? Your husband, he needs his bathroom, he's hungry, he needs food cooked, he needs his clothes laid out, he work a 12-hour shift, the baby's crying, you got diapers to wipe, sister need counsel. You're trying to figure out where's me time, man? How am I? Where do I stand in all of this, man? Now you're looking through all the precepts, says he. You're starting to question, where do I fit in? Right? Where am I at? Now you're looking all between second Esdras and now you in Deuteronomy and Revelation. Hey, the Most High loves the women, man. Right? And women have to fight too. It's not just about the men, man. That's a lot of things women have to endure. Right? I'm going to read that again through the spirit. So don't think that, that's not a fight in itself, because those are thoughts of the mind. That's a fight of the mind, right? Those are your flesh really telling you these things. I'm not appreciated. I'm not loved. Where do I fit in? Right? You got to watch your thoughts, man. Your thoughts can overtake your whole body, man. Let me go back to that precept. The second Esdras chapter 7 and verse number 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. Meaning this is what's laid out for you. It says, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, right? As thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. And you want to be able to overcome that you can receive the victory in the Most High, right? But let me get this last closing precept. Right, this is the mighty book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Unto the angel of the church of Sardis write these things, saith he that haveth the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead." So the church of Sardis had a name that liveth, but they are dead. Meaning what, man? You may have a name that's an architect. You have a name that's a hard worker. You may have a name that's being diligent, but you're really not diligent, man. This brother has a name of being on fire, but he's really not on fire. You have a name that's this woman that's in order in her household and loving to her husband, but she's really not loving to her husband. You don't want to have a name, but you're not living up to that name, right? You don't want to be a brother that's a friend in word, but not in deed. That's the same spirit the Lord is saying at the church of Sardis. They had a name, but their name wasn't really what it was. The Most High had to look deeper within that church, right? It says, "Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before God. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come at thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee." Right? So continue to watch, be diligent, maintain your thoughts. Right? Don't be that type of brother that gives up, man. Right? This truth isn't for people that give up. This truth is for the elect, those that endure, those that fight. Right? Don't be a gossiper in Israel either, man. Don't be a brother that's just entertained with folly all day. Just want to watch brothers making videos about other brothers, slandering other brothers. What's the hot topic in Israel? Who hates who now? Who's beefing? All of that's going to get you caught up with that same spirit of those men that are going to be destroyed right along in it, man. Right? Separate yourself. Read, pray, fast, man. Follow Yahweh. Don't follow man. Follow these scriptures, man. Follow the truth. Stand up for righteousness. Rebuke your brother, man. Have integrity. Don't be a follower, man. Be a leader. Be a strong man of God, man. And with that is going to come a lot of people not liking you. You may not have a lot of friends. You may disassociate yourself with a lot of people. Hey, but the Lord only walked with 12, man. You don't need a large amount of friends or a large following or a large acceptance of man, man. All you need is the acceptance from the Most High. But with that, I'm going to close out, giving all honor and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach, Shalom.